Hey everyone, welcome to Bolts and Boost. Thanks for stopping by the channel. My mother is here for the holidays and it was calling for like -40, so they makeshift put some cold blocker for the radiator to actually keep the oil warmer for the transmission is what their friend wanted them to do. So I'm not here to fuss about that whatsoever, but what I am here to do is change the oil for my mom. She just bought this vehicle. The oil hasn't been changed yet. So obviously when you get a new car to you, it's always a good idea to change the oil. We were out and about today and we seen a jug of 5W40 for sale. When I looked up the oil viscosity, it called for 530 or 540. The cap says 530. So if you don't know what to get, always get what the cap says, always get what the manufacturer says. I got 540 just because I know it's a car that has a little more mileage. It has 170,000 K on it, so the 540 will take up any clearances that are worn more out of spec. So that's what we're gonna do. We also got this Castrol Oil Filter. There's the number, CAS 3593. Apparently they're pretty good filters, so we're going to use Castrol filter, Castrol 5W40 synthetic oil, and let's get to it. So what you're going to find on this thing, there's a bunch of 10 mil bolts and a bunch of little plastic clips. So I'm going to go around taking all the bolts off, and hopefully the clips just come down. It looks like it's just a plastic kind of clip on a bolt, so it should slide down with force, or I'm gonna spin it off, whichever comes easier. Sometimes they get a little mucky with dirt and debris and they don't come off very nice. So I'm gonna get to this. So there is a skid plate. It's too bad that they don't have any openings for the oil filter, which I believe sits right about here, and then the pan, which is just back here, I believe. And from what I can tell, it is 17 bolt for the drain pan. And I'm just going to use my regular filter pliers. So I couldn't find much on this particular vehicle on anything really. This is a 2016 Kia Sorento 2-liter turbo. There's not many videos out there, so I'm hoping to provide you guys with some insight. But look at those shiny spark plugs. Ooh. All right, everyone, I am underneath. I think I took about 10 or 12 bolts off, and one clip was on it. There's supposed to be two on either ends here. Looks like there's one in there already. Oh my lord. Anyway, this is what it looks like under here. They are using an OEM filter. That's my first choice. But we just picked up a Castrol, so I'll probably get Mom to buy a OEM filter going forward. But the Castrol one does look really good. And there is the 17 mil drain gasket, and other than that, it's pretty clean down here. It's not too bad. So looks pretty good for an Alberta vehicle with some mileage on her anyway. But I'm gonna crack this filter here with some filter pliers, and we're gonna see what this bad boy looks like here. Ugh. Now you're gonna want to get the pan underneath it because it is gonna probably puke some oil out here. There we go. I think I cracked the seal, and I did. And there she comes. So I'm just gonna let her drain for a bit here and then take that guy off. But that is the OEM filter for sure because it says Hyundai on it. And if you care to know, that is the part number, 26300-35505. Genuine parts. All right, so filter's off. Didn't make too much of a mess, which is kind of nice. So I'm just gonna clean this up and prime the new filter with some oil and slap her on. I just wanted to show everyone this Castrol filter. It's a really nice looking filter. Probably one of the better ones I found off the shelf. Has a really nice big seal on it. and like you can see all the pleats in there. So yeah, I'm gonna dump some oil in it, prime it, put some oil on the outer gasket here, and spin her on nice and tight. All right, so filter is on. It only ever needs to be hand tight, like as tight as you can with your hand. You never have to put a wrench on it and over tighten it, obviously. So I'm gonna go to the drain. It is a 17, and we're gonna crack that loose, let her drain, put it back in, and fill her up. All right, so that was perfect. Got her out, and I'm gonna wipe her down. Let this drain, put it back in. Like I said, we're gonna fill her up with some brand new 5W40. It calls for 4.8 liters online, and I'm gonna put it to 4.8 and then check the dipstick. All right, guys, so that's tight. I just put it hand tight and then gave it probably a quarter turn. What I could find online is like 25, I believe, to 35 foot-pounds of torque if you want to actually use your torque wrench on this. Go check it though, just to make sure. Always check your torque specs. I'm confident that this is tight, and it's good tight. That's usually how I tighten them myself. But I was just looking, you can see the oil leak. There's a droplet right there. That's all coming from the valve cover, we do believe, up top. It's leaking all the way down the side of the block. So if you smell oil burning every once in a while, this is probably your culprit. It's a valve cover. So it's pretty wet up there. Up top, there's the filler cap and my trusty AMSOIL. Oh, where the heck is the word? There we go. Trusty AMSOIL funnel and the oil. So obviously, gonna put some oil in here, 4.8 liters, and then we'll check the dipstick, run it, make sure there's no leaks. So we're just gonna start it up, let the oil pressurize, give it a couple revs when it warms up a bit. Check for leaks. Looks good. All right, so we put full 5 liters in it, and it's showing half full right now, but we are on a really good grade. So I bet you when we drop it, it'll be, you know, just under the full mark or at the full mark. And I'll just tell Mom to pick up a 1 liter of 540, just to have it on hand, obviously, because turbo engines do naturally burn oil sometimes, and especially with the high pressure GDI engines. So, but that's all I have for you guys today. As always, thanks for stopping by the channel. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to check out other videos on the channel. There's lots like this. Like and subscribe. All right, everybody. Peace.